doubleheader for you. Obviously, a great way to start the last weekend series.
Huge, because they've played really good, the second half of the year, and they've put up some cricket numbers, and they've been offensive, and we pitched really well today. We played good defense against a good offense, and so we did 2 of the 3 areas, and then offensively we did enough to win. But when you pitch and defend, you got a chance. And 18 innings, ACC baseball, you don't see it that often where you could pitch and defend and keep an offense down as we did today. I give a lot of credit to our guys.
And not only today, over the last 2-3-ish weeks, say for maybe the UNC series, it seems like the pitching and especially the bullpen is taking a notable step forward.
No doubt. At UNC we felt like we let one game maybe get away, but you win one at UNC, and that's a big accomplishment, because I don't think they've given up any L's at home this year in that league. And so it's just so offensively, but you're right, I think we've pitched well enough the last month, and we don't get caught up with the ERAs and all that. It's how are you pitching right now, and we're getting those quality starts from Seabass and Webby. Forbes has been a huge boost to that bullpen with Bivin, Corbett, right? And then obviously Campbell's been great at times, and we just, we trust those young guys, Stark and Hartman and Detmers. We just got to keep running them out there. They gotta hopefully learn and grow, and they see college baseball. They see what you got to do to be successful. And today, it was minimal walks, a couple HBPs, and we played good defense behind them. So when you give up a couple home runs, they don't kill you because they're solo job, And so we're going to need those young guys. That's going to kind of complete our pitching staff, because there is a group of those older guys that are locked in right now.
You mentioned home runs. Obviously, Eddie King with a big day today, knocking 3. He seems like he's been kind of on a nice run for himself lately.
He's been great, second half of the year. And I don't know if it's just Eddie, and I'm sure, in pro ball you could get away with it a little more because it's such a long season, but he was a slow starter in the Cape. Second half, he got it going. He's a slow starter for us. Second half, he's really got it going. So, and what's impressive, and I don't ever take it for granted, obviously Zion's been a rock in the DH all year, but Eddie's been great in the DH. And that's not common with, I call them amateur or young kids. They usually have to be on the field and they have to be in the flow of the game. Like Gavin makes the nice double play, and then you can hit the walk-off. And but I give Eddie and Zion, those two right now, a lot of credit, because we don't skip a beat when those two are in the DH spot. They're very offensive.
What's the message to the team? You got to the last game of the regular season. It seems like you got here quick. So what's the message to the team today?
Just this is playoff hockey mode. You're getting these game 7s and you get elimination games, and our goal was obviously finish out good in the ACC. And try to get some momentum. But either way, you want to go to the ACC tournament with a chance to win it, like we saw NC State do in basketball. And it's one of those leagues. We've been the number 1 seed or 2 a handful of times. That didn't seem to play in our favor. The league's too balanced. Everybody's too good. And sometimes a team that seems to have a little more to play for or a little more of an edge sometimes has the advantage. And some years you go to that tournament and you're in a position, you don't want to mess your rotation up, and you're getting ready for the regionals and hopefully past that. So, I like where we're at. Everybody's fighting for something. Everybody's playing for something, but we know what we're playing for. We just want to play one more good game against Notre Dame first.
Colton's going tomorrow, right?
I believe so. It's one of those, we announce them sometimes he's TBA, and it's just, let's see who we used and who we didn't use, and so yeah, I would say Colton's going to get the ball.
In case it is him, how big were the games today where you got good outings out of your starters, and as well as like an outing tomorrow from Hartman? How big are those outings, knowing that you kind of needed some minimal run from your bullpen in terms of like the amount of guys you threw out there?
Yeah, I just all hands on deck. We're going to play to win, but after this weekend series is over, we could be playing early in the ACC tournament. So who are the fresh guys, and all hands on deck for that Tuesday game if that's when we're playing. But we kind of do that all year, but a little more aggressive in the ACC tournament, of course, because you've guaranteed those 2 games. So this is one of those all hands on deck tomorrow, and if we don't get it in, then it'll be Saturday. But I give Notre Dame a lot of credit, and of course the ACC and us just being proactive, and we just the nicest day of the weekend we had to take advantage of it. We couldn't risk going into Friday and Saturday having to play multiple games. So hopefully we can get one more game over the next 2 days.
We don't talk about it too much, but these kids are students, and you had a lot of graduates today. Can you just talk about how important that a day like today is to recognize those kids and just the scholastic work that this program puts in?
We've been talking about it the last couple of weeks, right? Because I went to my son's graduation, and I don't think I'd been the one since I was in college, and just the perspective as to how many people are celebrating at these things. I just haven't been the one, and because when you're in college baseball, you're always playing. So to see families and graduates celebrate, and the excitement and the joy, I shared that with our players. And don't undervalue how hard you worked and how excited your family is. And that was my message out there, as I congratulated the graduates again, man. Rachel, our academic coordinator, is a rock star, and she deserves a lot of credit because she gets involved from the minute these kids are commit and they're about to come here, and follows them through this process, but also their parents. Their parents invest time and money. This is a big investment from a lot of people. So something we're very proud of, something we want to celebrate, and we just finished our 25th straight semester with over a 3.0 GPA. So, we do well in the class, we do well in the community, and we just got to do a little better on the field. But we're close, man. We're really close.
Seen the ball pretty well here on the doubleheader with 3 home runs. Just talk about your day.
I just went up there trying to be simple. Put the barrel on the ball, let the wind do the job. Get a few home runs.
It wasn't looking at the stats and saying, okay, I'm gonna make a late push for the home run title.
Nah. I try not to worry about that stuff, but I'll take it.
What did you see out of the opposing pitchers to kind of allow you to have that sort of success and see the ball as well as you did?
So I kind of knew that I was going to get fastballs my first at bat because he got some arm side run on it. Then after I attacked the fastball, I figured I was going to get some off speed pitches. So that's pretty much what I got all the rest of the day. So I just went with that, stuck with that approach.
What's been the difference here towards the end of the year as you've really turned it on here the last little bit of the season, and it's been a good kickstart for the offense here?
I'm just trying to get us going. Like you said, be a good kickstart for the offense, but I really have to lock in, just stay focused, and just know that I can be one of the best in the ACC. So I stick with that.
Can you believe it's the next one game left in the regular season? Does it seem real?
Yeah, it's crazy. It just went so fast. Even the fall went fast, but the spring went even faster.
The ACC is pretty brutal. What have you learned that can obviously prepare you when you do get to Charlotte?
As coaches say, never get too high, never get too low. So even if I'm swinging a wheel, I can't act like I'm on top of the world. Just got to keep just doing what I do.
What do you think is the biggest thing you've kind of learned about yourself and this team with the one game left in the regular season?
I learned that I just can never just get down on myself too much. I have to just be mentally strong, stay tough, just really know that I can make things happen.
As you guys have progressed through the season, there have been some highs, there have been some lows, and last week was, a little bit of a tough week. As you guys prepared for this week, what was the talk like inside the locker room, just between you guys, not with the coaches, on how to bounce back and what you guys need to do differently?
Just take it one game at a time. Coach wants us to be more offensive. Even after today, he wants us to be more offensive, but he wants us to put up numbers for the pitchers so they can be comfortable. Then we just really got to pass the bat down the line.
That's feel good to, maybe the last time you get to run out here on this diamond and just kind of have a dominant performance like you did today.
Yeah. God, why'd you have to remind me? You reminded me. I remember thinking about it before the game, and obviously when you're out there, you're not thinking about much but throwing the ball to the catcher's mitt. So now, obviously, I can take a step back and take it in a little bit, but no, I'm just happy we got the win, honestly. I'm just happy we got the win.
Does it seem kind of strange that tomorrow's the last game of the regular season?
A little bit, yeah, definitely, for sure, because it feels like it's such a long season, but it also feels like such a short season. You get real close to the guys, you hang out every day, and every day seems to go quicker and quicker. and it's dwindling.
As you kind of reflect on not only this season but kind of your career as a whole up to this point, what's kind of the lasting memory you have at this place?
The lasting memory, definitely the bomb threat game against UNC, because we were down in that game. I remember we were down in that game, and I remember we were talking about it in the parking lot at Kroger, and we were talking about how cool it would be whenever we come back and we beat them. And we ended up going to I don't know how many innings it was. It was like 14 or something, like 14 innings, and then we came out with the win, and our pitching staff put up 8 zeros in a row or something stupid. So that's probably one of my coolest memories.
The ACC schedule is such a brutal, run all year long. As you start to, obviously you don't want to jump ahead of Notre Dame, but when you start to look forward to Charlotte, what have you learned through this year that you could take to impact your trip to Charlotte?
What I've learned,
I mean, as a team as a whole as well.
yeah, I feel like as a team, it's just not trying to do too much and just play the game. We've played since we were little bitty, and sometimes you can squeeze the bat a little harder, sometimes you can squeeze the ball a little harder, and I just feel like a lot of times you gotta remind yourself that, hey, you're here for a reason, and play the game like you know how to play the game, and keep it simple. If you keep it simple and you're confident, then usually it'll roll your way. It's just getting that mindset right.
What was the difference for you today? Was it the mindset, or what were you doing today that you felt allowed you to have the success that you had?
I mean, definitely mindset plays a huge role into it. But obviously you're continuing to work throughout the season to figure out different things about your pitches, your mechanics, how you're moving and where your pitches work better. And so, I mean, I feel like a lot of it plays into that, but definitely mindset. If you go out there with the wrong mindset, you can know all of that information, but there's no guarantee that you're gonna succeed. So first and foremost, it comes from the mindset for sure. Going right after guys.
Awesome.